When I was hearing Kirtan, I was remembering about the cry, which is very unique emotional expression that we express when we are in extreme pain or in extreme happiness. We cry in order to get relief from the pain that we have. Or when we have so much joy in our heart, that joy is also expressed, is spilled over through the tears from our eyes. So when we chant the holy name of God, Krishna, so this is a cry of our soul that we want to be together with the Lord. We have been far away for so many times, so many lifetimes from the Supreme Lord, and we would like to be together with the Lord, and we cry chanting this name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is such a purifying activity of a soul. And Bhagavatam is explained as Nigama Kalpa Tarur Galitam Phalamukham. The teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam is explained as the ripened fruit of all the Vedic knowledge. Vedas, one of the name of the Vedas is Nigama. Another name of the Veda is Agama. There are so many names for Vedas. So Nigama Kalpa Taru. Kalpa Taru. Taru means tree. Kalpa means a tree such a desire fulfilling tree. In Vedas, there are so many remedies for life. There are so many ways to advance in spiritual life. So there are so many multi-branched knowledge in Vedas. And when we try to find the conclusion from all these Vedas and try to enjoy the ultimate, the best out of it, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is said that once one reads Srimad Bhagavatam, Drava Samitam Amritam, one become Amrit. The meaning of Amrit means to be mortal. The word Amrit, when it is mentioned in the Vedas, is commonly denote to liberation, moksha. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, the meaning of Amrit is not only limited to moksha, it has been explained, further detailed in a deeper understanding. Because the language of Bhagavatam is the language of samadhi. When someone is completely in deep trance and meditate in Supreme Lord and become completely matured, and at that time Srimad Bhagavatam is written. So it gives us Amritam. Here it does not say that Amrit means someone who doesn't die. It is not even the moksha that somebody get moksha out of it. Moksha is just a side effect of prema, love of God. It's a side effect. So the word Amrita is made with three different words together. A, ma, ritam. The English word rhythm comes from rhythm. It means the rhythm of the world, the righteousness of this world, the truthfulness of this world is called a rhythm. So when the soul has that natural qualities of goodness, pure quality of goodness, the soul moves on its own rhythm. It always thinks about God, and It always wants to do the good things. It always wants to develop good qualities. So in order to have those good qualities, we need to have a good samskaras. We need to have a good impression in our life, a good upbringing in our life, so that we can develop such good qualities. And the soul maintain that rhythm, the natural qualities of the soul. When somebody do not cultivate those good qualities and act whimsically in this material world and thinks apart from God and think himself as an independent body, then the rhythm dies. When that rhythm dies, when that good qualities dies, when that truthfulness of the soul dies, it becomes mritam, ma. When you add ma to the rhythm, this is called mritam. Mritam in Spanish, muerte is death. In Sanskrit, death, mrityu. Then, when we study Srimad Bhagavatam and read Srimad Bhagavatam, then that good qualities become amritam. It will never die. It will grow. The soul become completely full of good qualities and perform devotional service in best joyous condition, happy condition. So this is how we become amritam after studying Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is completely different understanding from moksha. So Bhakti Yoga is bringing one too close to God with all these good qualities. So I was going to discuss about something related to our life that we are looking for every day, that peace, happiness, and satisfaction. These three qualities of life that everyone is looking for. And by the way, today is Divine Appearance Day of Lord Nityananda. Most people do not know about Lord Nityananda. He was born in Navadvip about 500 and some years ago, and he was spreading Krishna consciousness along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and many followers. Because of Lord Nityananda's mercy, we all are here gathering under this divine umbrella of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So all glories, all credit goes to Lord Nityananda, because of whose mercy we all are here chanting and dancing this beautiful name of God. So when we talk about peace, normally we think about calmness, peaceful, no sound, everybody is quiet, just like, see, right, very peaceful inside this room. And sometimes when we go to the busy place, people are talking, exchanging, behaving, crying, dancing, a lot of come out from such environment. We think, oh wow, it's so peaceful here, very peace. Just absence of sound alone is not really peace mean. So there is one sound outside of our body in the external world that are disturbing us in so many ways. And more than that, the cry of our heart is also destroying our peace of mind. So the internal sound that is incessantly haunting us with so many desires, battling with so many desires within our mind, within our body, within our heart, this always takes our peace away. At all time, we are always doing something in order to influence somebody in this world. Every single activities we perform in this material world without Krishna consciousness is simply an act to influence somebody else, other people. And every action people do in this material world is just an act to compete with somebody else, to want to be better than somebody else. Either that is guided by our ego, our envy, or many other qualities that always constantly gives us something to do in this material world, that we want to do something better so that the whole world recognize me, or I can draw the attention of the whole world so that I want to be in the center, so that I would be very popular. All these celebrities, they do nothing but simply do crazy thing, but they get a good name, celebrities. So this is the act of Maya in this material world. It always gives us some kind of illusion. Sometimes we may be doing something very trivial things, but the name is very sweet name. That's like if I do a job of a toilet cleaning, and I maybe call, he's a housekeeper, very nice person. He's our housekeeper in charge. So this name is so beautiful. It sounds like attractive, but my job is cleaning a toilet. In this way, in material world, this illusory potency of the Lord always keep us under the illusion. So Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita, as long as we have this incessant desire to influence this world, as long as we have this incessant desire to become the master, one can never become peace. Even though you may be thinking that you are in peace, but we do not know what real peace is. So when we stop these desires, just like imagine two people, they lost their life and they are lost in the middle of the Amazon forest. They have nowhere to go. They live in a jungle with all the animal in the forest, and they have no escape from that place. Now they think that our life, we have to settle ourselves in this jungle. So when somebody lives in a forest, then they do not have to show up anything for anybody, because they do not have any society there. They simply worry about how can we maintain our food, daily food, and how can we find better shelter so we are not attacked by the animals. So in that environment, when they do not have anyone to show their personality, they are peacefully calm and just satisfied with whatever available in the jungle. So they do not have any competition to show, to do with. So one time, one of our very senior devotee was managing a big temple in India, Mumbai. Giriraj Maharaj, His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj was the temple president back in 70s. Yes. And when Prabhupada came to visit the temple, Giriraj Maharaj came to Prabhupada and said, even though I am the manager here, I am the temple president, but not all the devotees are happy with me. Not all the people who are here under me are satisfied with me. Of this service, Prabhupada. Are you Krishna? He says, what kind of answer is this? I'm asking, I don't want to continue as a temple president because I could not keep everyone happy under me. And you are asking me, are you Krishna? Prabhupada says, yes, this is the answer. The problem is, you are trying to satisfy and impress everyone, influence everyone, and keep under your guidance. So this is the problem in you. You are not Krishna. This is the job of God. Krishna only influenced the whole world. So from here, the very deep lesson we can learn is that when we try to act like God and try to influence the whole world, which actually we are not, then we are in trouble. we lose our peace. This is what all the living beings trying to do, that they are trying to become God and try to impress and control and influence the whole world. And as a result of that, a lot of conflict, a lot of problems is going on within their heart. And they are always being disturbed by this. So the peace is not there. And when we simply give up all these desires, and we can restore that peace, but giving up such desires is not an easy job. When a smoker who smokes every single day, sometimes they like 1 packet, 2 packet, 3 packet smokes cigarettes. So when they smoke every day, if somebody come and say, stop smoking, otherwise you will damage your lung. You might get lung cancer or mouth cancer or other problem. Then that person cannot immediately stop it. He has to be taken to rehabilitation center. Where else? Deprogramming places, somewhere like that. So that, they give them some options. Yes, doctor, we have doctor here. Right, some therapy, special therapy. And they give them, like if somebody smoke 3 packets of cigarettes in a day, in the beginning they might give like 2 packets, slowly reduce and bring it to 1, and slowly half, slowly like 10 in a day, and finally 2, 1, no more. There's a process. Same thing with the alcoholist. When someone is really addicted to the alcohol and they cannot stop drinking alcohol, and if they really want to give up, they do want, but they cannot, because their body is already alcoholized completely. Their blood is turned into alcohol, and if they stop, then they get some kind of problem, right? Sometimes they can die. So there's a program to give that addiction. In the same way, people have addiction to make money. Some people make so much money in their life that can be enough for many generations to come, but they still keep working so hard. They never stop. At least in America, people, if they have some money, they immediately go to vacation. At least they enjoy somehow. If they don't want to become yogi, they become bhogi. They enjoy with the money. But if you go to India or Nepal, people keep working, and they never spend any money. Neither they enjoy nor utilize, and they just die working so hard. So this is all unnecessary phenomena for the soul. That's what Krishna says, that asantasya kuto sukham. How can you become happy without being peaceful? And to be peaceful means to give up all this bad desire. But how do we stop this unlimited desire in Krishna consciousness? We come to Krishna and says, my dear Lord, my life is up to you. If you want me to become your servant and control all these unnecessary desires, it's up to you. We do not separately endeavor to control this so much desires in our heart. We simply pray to the Lord and chant his name and engage ourselves in his service. Then in a miracle way, our unlimited desires become pacified and we become simply engaged in his service. So when we become free from all these unnecessary desires, it doesn't mean that you become desire free, desireless. It's not possible. The soul is a living, sentient being. It always has some desire in his heart, but we are talking about unnecessary desire that simply binds us in this material world, and then it creates another layer of problem. Small problem lead to bigger problem lead to another bigger problem, because of these never fulfilling desires that we have in our heart. And after we pray to the Lord and we give this responsibility to control our unlimited desires to Krishna, so he will take care of it. Now, after we are established in peace, another thing was happiness. Happiness, normally people understand happiness is as like when you have so much that something you desire. If you have a lot of money, or people always dream, imagine if I have $1 million, I would be very happy and peaceful and sit and simply do bhajan. Or some people think if I have a beautiful house, if I have a beautiful wife, I would be really happy, greatly happy. So in this way, we do have so many different plans. Every single individual soul has his own idea about being happiness. But Krishna is explaining that anything that you earn in this material world externally, all these material things, that will not give real happiness to you. You can be excited for a while. We can attain some kind of excitement for a little time. If I have a mobile phone that just come out from Apple, and then, oh wow, I bought an Apple phone which costed me $1,500. It gives me some excitement, but that excitement is not happiness, real happiness. It's just for a while. It's just for last some time. So Krishna is saying that when we do not depend on anything external and be satisfied internally, and that is real happiness. When we stop depending our happiness on external things, then we can see within ourselves, then we can see our soul. We can connect ourselves to our soul. And when we connect to the soul, and we definitely connect to Paramatma. So as long as I'm not peaceful, I'm running around and I have a burning desire in my mind to get so many things in this world, and I can never see myself who I am. I can never see the super soul within myself. And Krishna is not manifested in such a restless mind. Just like you have a pot of water, the water is like this. We cannot see the bottom as long as this water keeps moving. If you keep a drop, the coin on the bottom of the jar, and the water is moving, we don't see that coin inside. But when the water is still, it's not moving at all, and we can see the bottom and we can see the coin very clearly. So the God is already within ourselves, but because of that unlimited desire that we are running around in this material world to get so many things fulfilled, and we do not recognize, we do not see the presence of God within our heart. And as long as we are not self-centered, self-focused, and then meditating within ourselves, then we cannot become peace. And when we are not peace, when we are not in Santi, we do all kind of bad things. So many bad thoughts comes in our mind. Right? When we chant in the Vedas, in the prayers, every time after chanting, what do we say at the end? Om Santi, Om Santi, Om Santi. Everything, single thing we do at the end, we say Om Santi, Om Santi, Om Santi. We're praying for Santi, peace. So one of the name of God is also called Santakaram, Bhajagasayanam, Padmanavam, Suresam. The prayer we every day do. So God is the source of our happiness and peace. One lady in America, not too long ago, she just came out from her home and killed in a busy place 10 people with a gun. The mind is restless. In the early days, when suffering from AIDS, HIV/AIDS, there was no medicine at all. Nowadays, they have so many antibiotic and so many other antiviral bacterial medication that can last our life a little longer. But in early days, people when they would be infected from HIV/AIDS, they would think that, okay, I'm already infected, so I'm going to die. Let me kill somebody else along with me. So let me infect them with the blood that I have, infected blood. And they would go to the crowd with syringe and poke people, and then they would transmit disease because of not being mind peaceful. And that lady was arrested and asked, why did she do that? You know what is her answer? She said, I wanted to see the face of someone when they die. I had a great desire to see the dead face. I wanted to see someone who dies, how their face looks like. And later on, when they were investigating about her past history, they found that her parents were so much abusive. Father would be big drunkard, mother would always treat her bad, and her mind was always grown up in that environment, and all kind of bad thoughts were coming in her mind because there was no Krishna consciousness. So happiness and peace is so interconnected. There is no question of being happy without being peaceful. And now we know that without giving up all this unnecessary desire, then there is no question of peace. And satisfaction. So how do we define satisfaction? Krishna is saying, Bhagavad Gita, I'm all talking, whatever I am talking, these are all from Bhagavad Gita. These are not to influence you or to impress you. I'm just sharing the knowledge together. And satisfaction, ananda, means, the definition says that something after getting which we never desire anything to get more. For example, if I want to have a car, after achieving that car, I do not stop desiring something else. So by definition, Krishna says that once you attain something, then you have no more desire to attain. That is real satisfaction. And Krishna says, that is me. You have to find me in order to stop finding something else in this material world. So peace, happiness, and satisfaction, these three things lies in the lotus feet, on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, Lord Nityananda. The meaning of Nityananda, Nitya means eternal, every day. Ananda means pleasure, blissful, happiness. So when we take shelter of that Supreme Lord Nityananda, then we can be peaceful, we can be calm. And when you are peaceful, you can avoid so many diseases. A lot of disease arises not from food alone. It's come from our stress, our envy that we have in our mind. We are always keep thinking, what will happen to me? What will happen in future? How do I survive in this world? How can I compete with this man? How can I acquire more than that other person? In India, it's very famous, very popular. Every parents, they always compare their kids with the kids from the neighbor. Look at him. He is doctor. You are Lantu. Means you are just joker. You don't have no qualities. And these kids are always in stress that, oh my God, how can I become like Mr. John next to my friend? And the kids never become somebody else. I can never become you. You can never become me. I am I, you are you. So when I try to become you or you, when you try to become me, then problem arises. And we get so many diseases. It's really cause of disease. There was an experimental in scientific world that when deep, like the diabetes, they in a certain place and try to remind her about the past, if she had any problem with somebody else. And then After some time, the person was revealing that I had such and such problem from some person, and slowly they were decoding, deprogramming all these stresses out from the person, and slowly and gradually that everything was coming back to the normal. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So when we do pranayama, like just taking one deep breath, our brain power increases by thousands of times. The good chemicals in our brain increases by thousands of times. Can you imagine that you come to the shelter and at the lotus feet of the Lord, Sri Krishna? You can imagine the result, what we get from God. So I pray and wish lasting peace for all of you. And I would also like to express my heartfelt condolence for the wonderful departure of our dear friend, Mary Sachi, who was always engaged, busy, and happy in chanting and dancing for Krishna. Every single time she would come to take participation, she would always bring some instrument, because Bhakti Yoga is deeply rooted with music. In Jnana Yoga, if you go think about Jnana Yoga, you always think about Vedas, knowledge, everything, philosophy, and in Karma Yoga, people do different activities. In Bhakti Yoga is music, expression of your love through singing, dancing, playing instrument. And she was such a beautiful soul. I definitely have great faith that she has been embraced by Lord Nityananda on this auspicious day. And we hope we have same beautiful, happy ending someday, and we attain spiritual abode of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you for tolerating me, and we are a little over 3 minutes. You may have some question, but we will discuss later on. Please, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.